man. Disneyland, here I come. Oh, man, it's really nice of Nintendo to send me that free Disneyland ticket. Wait a second. This is a Club Nintendo code.
Wow, I'm in Nintendo Land. There are so many attractions, I just don't know which one to pick. I mean, they all look fun. Wow, an F-Zero game? It's been forever since they made one of those. I'll have to give this one a try first. I mean, it's F-Zero, so it couldn't possibly be bad, right?
Oh no!
And also, this guy looks like he might myrtle me if I stay out in the open any longer, so... Thrills, twists, and turns, here we come. Whoa, look how fast I'm going. This is exactly the kind of game I've been wanting for years. Oh man, so beautiful. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, it's time to become a ninja! And after the disaster that was Captain Falcon's Twister Rave Dance Party Extreme Slow Edition, I don't think there's any better way to cheer me up than to become a predator of the night. A silent guardian in the shadows, eh? Okay, so this game isn't completely abysmal, considering it makes pretty good use of the googly eye effect. I love me some googly eyes. But it's definitely tech demo-y and lacking in charm. But hey, I'm actually really good at it. Oh yeah, these ninjas ain't got nothing on Toasty. They... No. Curse you, blue ninja. Hey man, take it easy. Just not a big deal. Play more of me where I came from. Okay? Hello? You can talk. Yeah? I have so many questions. But you know what? I won't let one blue ninja escape and get me down. The Ninja Legion is going to consume the entire innocent village of Nintenlia if I don't do something. I won't back down. I won't be stopped. Next up is the Octopus Dance. And after standing in place, throwing stars over and over and over, you'll want to get your dancing shoes on and grab onto your favorite plush of Mr. Bubbles, because we going underwater for a little Octo dancing. Alright, Big Octo, what do you got for me? I'm ready for a little dance revolution. Hit me with the fast beats. I can take it. I can... Oh, Yoshi. Such a controversial character. Not necessarily in design, but definitely in games. Oftentimes his stuff are pretty hit or miss, but I'm the kind that often makes an exception. I loved Yoshi's story as a kid, and still kind of do. I mean, just listen to that soundtrack. And I actually kind of enjoyed Yoshi's Island DS. Let's not talk about New Island. No. What I'm trying to say is, when it comes to Yoshi, I'm pretty easy to please. So let's go cart some fruit, shall we? Let's go! In Yoshi's fruit cart, you control a mechanical Yoshi to pick up fruit in a bland, plain, and soulless environment. Really taking advantage of them HD graphics, Nintendo. Even though the past several games have been pretty disappointing, nothing could have prepared me for this. It feels like an awkward tech demo that they just slapped the Yoshi logo on to call it a Nintendo Land feature. And while it actually does try to make use of the gamepad, it does so in a way that's not only unintuitive, but boring. The idea here is that you have to compare the field on the TV and that on the gamepad. Why is that? So glad you asked! The fruit is only visible on the TV screen, so you have to kind of draw what you hope will be the right direction, and then signal the Yoshi card to chug along your drawn path. Or as the game so aptly puts it, draw a line. Draw a line. That's what game development at Nintendo has boiled down to. That's what gaming has come to. Draw a freaking line. Throw a freaking bird. Pay me thousands of dollars from your sick mother's bank account to fund my bejeweled clone addiction. And if you're anything like me when it comes to measuring distance, you're going to come painfully close every time and just despise every moment. But did you see me dodge that bee? See, this is why they called me the beekeeper back in high school. That never happened. Oh God, no. So many bees. I think it's time we make a beeline to the quit game option. God, I'm clever. Honestly, for any fellow Yoshi fans out there, I recommend you just enter the character select screen and go no further. At least there you can enjoy the music and think fondly back to Yoshi's glory days. At least until Yoshi's Woolly World comes out. And then it's yawn time, baby. Next up is Balloon Trip Breeze, and after the train wrecks that were pretty much every other attraction thus far, this one isn't bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. You have to use the stylus to float through the air as you're me and avoid obstacles, from spikes to enemy birds with boxing gloves to, oh my god! With the intention of getting to the next podium, where you stand in place and get showered in confetti before ballooning to your next destination? I don't know if I can trust this guy. This entire game is basically an endurance run to see how far you can get and how many points you can accumulate. And how do you accumulate said points? By popping balloons and, I kid you not, flying into bubbles. Okay, am I the only one here who thinks of bubbles as a diabolically evil entity? Think about it. Not only do they float around in real life just waiting to pop and spill soapy suds all over your clothes, or eyes, but they're also deadly in video games. Okay, well, maybe not deadly per se. I have to admit though, there is a certain sense of satisfaction one gets out of popping bubbles. The final single player only attraction is by far my favorite of them all, and maybe even my favorite attraction overall. Donkey Kong's Crash Course, a motion-controlled, tilt-based thrill ride through an old-school Donkey Kong themed obstacle course that looks like something straight out of a Super Monkey Ball minigame. This is probably one of the games I played that takes an actively gamepad-centric role that I really enjoy. It doesn't do anything weird with finicky touch controls, but instead has you use everything from bumpers to both analog sticks, the gamepad's gyrometer, and even the microphone. You blow into it. But if you're like me and couldn't blow out the candles to a birthday cake if your life depended on it, then you can just press your beloved buttons to accomplish the same mechanic, X specifically. The stage design too matches the superbly assigned controls and is both challenging and exciting to play through. You can even pull off some crazy tricks with the somewhat wonky physics of the DK Mobile trolley thing to achieve a better time, making this a must for speedrunners. And it all comes together to make one of the most addictive arcadey minigames I've played in some time. My only problem is there may be a few sections where it's a bit too unforgiving and precise. Why do you hate me, Tanky Gang? Next is probably my least favorite of the three competitive attractions, Animal Crossing Sweet Day. It's not that it's bad, it's just not really as good as the other more stellar games. But what makes this attraction really worth playing is seeing how bloated these guys get the more candy you store in your helmet thing. Wait, I just realized. The helmets are like the severed heads of my favorite Animal Crossing villagers. Dizzy, Peanut, the frog, you know the frog? The frog. And Tangy. This game just took a dark and gruesome turn. Now every time I fill their skulls with balls of sugary sweetness, I can't help but picture their cute and cuddly faces looking back at me, a shadow of their former selves, asking me, "Why, Toasty? Why? Why would you fill my empty skull with balls of sugary sweetness? Why?" Wait, I was the villain the entire time? Whoa, I'm awesome.
Mario? Oh, jeez.
The last pair of attractions in this game are some of the most fun. So don't worry, I've saved the best for last. Now you have to realize that back in the days of 2011, there was no Pikmin 3, and Pikmin fans were looking for their fix, like, oh my god, where's my nectar? I need my freaking nectar. Oh yes, my nectar. Oh, my sweet, sweet nectar. Oh. Whoa, man, I think you've had enough, dude. Calm down. I'll tell you when I've had enough. You're just jealous because you don't have a sweet mouth to enjoy this bomb nectar. So when they released a cheap plasticky version of Pikmin as one of the major minigames for Nintendo Land, people were all sorts of hyped. And what they got was this.
I am the great mighty Pooh.
It's not really that bad. When it comes to team attractions, there are two modes of play, gamepad and Wii mode, and Pikmin Adventure is no different. The player with the gamepad takes control of Olimar, gaining the ability to command a small but dedicated legion of Pikmin soldiers. I actually prefer being a simple Pikmin though. Maybe it's just because I can relate more to the common citizen, the working man, the guy that gets thrown into the lava every time by his so-called friend. I also prefer the controls. There's just something oddly satisfying about whacking everything with your little headstock. You can even get power-ups like a grass whip, a Hadoukener, and fist. Just fist. Fist. With the power of fist, anything is possible. Even taking down one of these uglies. Now for the game everyone's been waiting for, The Legend of Zelda Battle Quest. AKA the only game where you can shoot a cucko without any repercussions. Battle Quest is basically an on-rails walker, where you have to take out every enemy in your way, most of which are just stuffed puppet moblins, with either a bow using the gamepad or a sword and shield using the Wii mode and nunchuck. And while the sword motion controls with the Wii mode are shockingly precise, somehow quite a bit more so than other games, I have to say that I really enjoyed my time using the gamepad as an archer. Sniping pigs from afar is always a good time. So is backflipping out of harm's way. A neat little touch Nintendo added to this game is battle damage. The more hits you take, the more your hat and tunic start to tear at the seams. It's really a neat little added effect that lets you know just how much you suck. Thanks, Nintendo, I appreciate it. Here we go! I'm Samus freaking Aran, bounty hunter extraordinaire, taking on all the enemy, horseshoe crabs? Oh man, it's the big bads in the flesh. It's Kraid and Ridley. Here we go,
It's Gigundo!
They've got this kind of Lego-y, plastic puppetish aesthetic to them that's reflected in the rest of the game, yeah, but it's just a bit more surprising to see its use here. And it's that kid-friendly look that makes the epic renditions of classic Metroid tracks like Lower Norfair and Brinstar kind of hilarious. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're amazing. But the fully orchestrated soundtrack paints a curious contrast with the toy-like character models. And yet, it somehow works. It's strange, but I kind of love it. But who cares about the looks? Just watch me go. I'm a champion, I'm a superstar, I'm the greatest bounty hunter who ever lived. And I'm apparently a cheerleader too. And I just got shot and died. Because even the greatest of heroes must fall from grace sometime, right? In this game, you can take on the likes of Kraid, Ridley, and Ice Ridley from either your gunship, the much more preferable option I might add, or your power suit, the option that will leave your body broken and soul shattered, I might add. Playing with the gamepad and gunship combo is ridiculously fun. You can even use the gyro controls to help maneuver your camera for a better shooting angle. And it's surprisingly intuitive. The Wiimote and nunchuck power suit combo, on the other hand, isn't very fun or intuitive at all. I guess the controls aren't terrible per se, but it's within the context of the rest of the game that causes you to struggle. It's all about pace and the tools at your disposal in Metroid Blast. And as a gunner, you're about as naked as a Pikachu without his luchador costume, and as slow as a slowpoke? Which makes the two-player battle mode super fair when it comes down to gunship versus no gunship. Super fair and enjoyable for both parties. Even the guy getting destroyed because he doesn't have a freaking gunship. And so at last we've come to the end of our ride. The train has left the station, never to depart again. But wait, there's a literal train? This must be it. The legendary train that goes around the theme park in endless loops, waiting for one lucky passenger to activate its magical flying powers and ascend to the sky, taking you to what must be the online mode. I've been looking for this the whole time. Sweet Shigeru Miyamoto, here I come. Let's play some online Octo Dance. Actually, no, that game is horrible. Let's play some online Mario Chase. Finally, not having friends in real life is paying off. I can finally play with all my online friends. I can finally... Hello everybody and welcome to the credit screen. Press like and hit subscribe in that order. Follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. More videos for you to watch, click the box or something to be magically transported to a world of wonder and mystique. Not really though, it'll just take you to one of my videos and feel free to share your favorite Nintendo Land minigames with me in the comments below. Are you a Yoshi's Fruit Cart kind of guy or gal, or a Captain Falcon's Twister race fan? That was a joke. Those games are both horrible. Until next time, goodbye.